Today I'm going to be trying a little bit of DIY. I mean, I say DIY, it's more just having a bit of a chop at my old clothes. It's definitely not a complicated process. I don't know what words I'm looking for, but you know those sort of YouTube videos where they say it's a really simple DIY and then they like whack out their sewing machine and all of these tools that I have no idea what they are. When I say this is a simple DIY, I mean scissors, cloves, have a bit of a chop. Yeah, I'm not very crafty, I'm not very talented. I did textiles, I shouldn't really be throwing scissors around. I did textiles in school for about 3 years, I think, maybe not even that. And I think I used a sewing machine about twice, and I think both those times I broke it. So yeah, not talented in the craft department, but I do like the idea of just like chopping about your clothes a bit if you don't really like them. Like, it feeds into the whole sustainability thing. Like, instead of just throwing out these clothes, I'm gonna try and alter them so that I like them and actually wear them. So yeah, that was a long old introduction. Let's get crafty. I hate myself. So we're starting with the red dress. I love this dress. It's a lovely dress, looks lovely, love it, but it does have the slight problem of making me look like I'm in the early stages of pregnancy, which generally not the look I'm going for. Yeah, I was just trying to think like, baby, but then like I'm bleeding out my vagina right now, I'm not pregnant. But yeah, I thought there's nothing really that I could do to rectify the stomach area, so instead I'm gonna cut a slit up the leg, because if someone's looking at me, they see like a slight bump and think, baby, but then they see a leg and that immediately suggests no baby. I don't know, I think like a leg is a bit distracting from the belly, so like that's my kind of logic, like use a leg to draw the attention away. So basically all you need for this tutorial is a dress, some scissors, and a coffee if you want one. You don't have to. So yeah, gonna get chopping. I'm gonna follow the seam because I feel like that's the most accurate place for a leg slit. Like, I tried it on and the seam seemed to be the seam seemed to be in the right place for like a slit, so I'm just gonna follow that up. Some DIY experts might be crying and thinking like, god no, that's the one thing you don't want to do, but you know, it looks like it's in a good place. Why wouldn't I cut along the seam? It'll be a great time. I mean, if this goes wrong, then I can just cut the fabric up and make different things out of it. Like, I can make a little tie-up belt, a little hair tie, like a little tube top. Like, there's a lot of options, but I'm hoping it's not going to go wrong. I'm hoping it's going to turn into a lovely dress that distracts away from the slight bump, which isn't there, but the dress just makes it look like it's there. Yeah, let's do it. My only concern is that I'm going to cut up too high and like end up flashing, but you know, it'll be everyone else's treat. What I should have done was mark where I wanted the slit to come up to, but I think I want it there. You know, if that wasn't too difficult, it just would have been like a little bit more handy to do before I started cutting. So far so good, I think. I mean, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly, but that won't notice when you're wearing it, probably, hopefully. I told myself I would cut up to where like the pattern joins together. Like, there's a couple of blobs that join into each other, but that happens there and there. I'm gonna go for the higher one because, you know, living life on the edge. Right. Moment of truth. I mean, I say moment of truth, but I'm not trying it on until the end of the video. So I've cut the slit up the dress. It looks alright. Like, it's a little bit frayed, but that's what you get for cutting fabric, really. Like, you could definitely sew it to make sure it's not frayed, but I can guarantee if I sewed it, it would look a lot worse than it does right now. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna try it on at the end and see if it actually looks alright. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't look fine, but we'll wait and see. If it does turn out horribly, then, you know, I'll be making another one of these videos turning this into a tube top and a belt and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's that one. we'll move on to the shorts, which I love. I mean, I'm going to say that about all the items, but I do genuinely love these shorts. It's just the roll-ups always come down at the bottom, so I thought if I just cut them off and have them as distressed shorts, I'm not going to have that issue. So I might try and like unpick them, or I could just cut straight off the cuff. No, I'm going to unpick like where they're sewn up, where they're folded, and then I'm just going to cut across like that. Then when I've picked these down, I'm just going to cut straight across. I'm not really going to plan it because these have been like folded like this for quite a while, so there's quite a big seam there to follow, so I'm just planning to follow the seam. It could go horribly wrong. I probably should plan it out, but I'm just not going to, because I feel like even when I plan things out, they go wrong, so I might as well just save the time and just do it off the bat, you know? So yeah, gonna pick those down, gonna cut off the bottoms and distress them a bit. I don't actually know how I'm gonna distress them. I think you just kind of like run the scissors up and down them a bit and pull some bits out, we'll see. But I think the first thing to do is like pick them down and cut them off. Great, cool, that's one side done. Well, it could have gone worse. I thought I'll just try and salvage it by really distressing the bottoms. Also, this is really not a safe way to do it, so if you're like anyone other than me, don't do it like this. Find a proper way of doing it. I was gonna say like if you're under 12 or something, but like I don't want to be responsible for anyone any age cutting themselves. Obviously I don't really care if I injure myself. I mean, I'm like scarred and all of that anyway, so what's another scar on top of that? What's a missing finger on top of all these scars, am I right? They're actually alright. I'm really surprised. Like, they're not perfect, they're a little bit wobbly in places, but I feel like with a little bit more distressing that won't notice. Like, they're not wobbly enough for me to cut them anymore. Like, instead I think I'm just going to distress them a bit more and like pull some holes in them and that sort of thing, but I don't really know how to do that. Like, I'm just going to pull at the edges a bit, but apart from that I really don't know how to distress them, and I don't know whether I want to risk ruining what I've done, because I've actually done a pretty decent job. So I might watch some tutorials on that maybe, or something. Like, I don't really want to experiment too much when they've actually turned out all right. So yeah, apart from like pulling at the edges a bit, which is like making this kind of frayed edge, I don't really know what else I can do, so I'm going to move on to the last item. Also, pulling at these edges is kind of addictive. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna move on to the last item. So finally we have this top, which I do really like. I mean, I've said that about everything, but I do really like it. It's just a bit big and shapeless on me because it is a Zara unisex top, so of course it's supposed to fit a man and a woman, so it would only make sense that it's a bit big and shapeless on a woman. So what I thought I would do is just cut the bottom off and make it a crop top, because then you get a little bit of figure back. My only worry with this is that I do really like it as a top and I don't want to ruin it. But I've cropped a lot of things in my life, so this shouldn't really be any different to the others. Like, they've all turned out pretty well. The only thing that worries me is that it will be a raw hem, and I don't know how this will work with that. I mean, I could sew the hem, but I can't sew, so I can't sew the hem. So yeah, just gonna crop this and I'll try it on and see how it went. The good thing about this top is that because it's striped, I've got like a good guideline of where I can cut. Like, when I tried it on, I decided I wanted to cut just above the blue line, so I can just follow that and hopefully have quite a straight cut. I mean, knowing me, it probably still won't be a straight cut, but we can hope. So that's everything. I hope this video was maybe a little bit helpful or just entertaining or something, I don't know. I mean, it can't really have been that helpful because I was literally just chopping my clothes up a bit. But you know, it shows that DIY doesn't always have to be very complicated. Like, you can just make really simple changes to turn it into something, I was gonna say completely new, not really that new, like a little bit different. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want more like this, because I'm sure I can find more of my clothes to destroy. Yeah, let me know, and I'll see you soon.